you are starting your research journey, you will do the tremendous work in your research. Then design project. Of course, I will go for discussion about this. And in our upcoming series of the lectures, we'll also go for that complete research design process. Then carry out the process, analyze the result. It is also important that how you are analyzing the result. That is, you are collecting the data, you are getting some results. Then it is important that you have to use the analysis. So analysis part will be different. Say you are doing the scientific research, you are doing the qualitative research, or you are doing the quantitative research. In all cases, that the analysis of the research will be different from one to another, and we'll go in depth in our later classes. Today, I'm telling you already that we are going to very basic and try to understand it for the new research. I think the budding researcher will also enjoy this one because it is very, very basic part I am explaining. Okay, and the publish the result. It is also the challenge. Here, the Scopus will come. Here, the SCI journals will come. Here, the Simago, that ranking, that Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 journals will come. So we have to understand that we have to target the proper journal. So finally, I'm showing in the research cycle that before publication, we have the different state, and starting from the identifying the research topic. We have to be careful while we are selecting the research topic. Now, while you are entering to the research, the big question in your mind is that the difference between the research method and the methodology. So we have to understand that what is the research method and what is the research methodology. Of course, it is creating always confusion among the new researchers. We have to understand that behavior, instruments, then the process, the system you are adopting for your research is the research method. Do not be confused with the research methodology. Methodology is the science of understanding. It is the classic behind selecting a particular method. Because you are, for example, you are going through the primary data collection. You are going for the questionnaire. You are going for secondary data collection, and the method you are adopting like an interview method. You are adopting like a scientific research synthesis. You are doing, say, research on the say new budding areas like that, the nanotechnology. Okay, so whether you will go for the CVD method or CVD method, that is the chemical vapor deposition or chemical path deposition. If you are working in the social science, humanity management, whether you will use that, say, primary data collection or secondary, and why you are using. So this why is your methodology. That is, you have to make the justification of your method. I have used this method, but why I wanted to go for this method? It is important because if you are not clarifying your method, if you are not able to justify your method, then you cannot explain the methodology part. So while starting the research, it is very important to understand the method versus methodology. Now coming towards the research gap, and which is again very important. Yes, research gap means we are doing our research and something gap is there. So someone should fill up the gap and we have to work for that one. So how to find out the proper research gap and how to go for that? So if your research gap you would like to define, I'm showing here that this topic difficult. So research gap is actually the point where we are, we have to find out who are the people not working their work in that particular area. That is, so many publications are there, but you have seen that this problem is not properly addressed in this time. So you're finding out the gap, and this research gap will give you the opportunity to find out your research problem. So it's an again big question in front of you that how to formulate the research problem. It is important because if you want to go for formulation of the research problem, you have to understand that you have to find out the proper resource gap. And here we have to find out all the work. And for that purpose also, I think that you need to understand how to go for the review of literature. You need to